What's going on, guys? GeoSnowder here. So in today's video I'm going to try to explain the variables and the constants in Swift. This is for the programmers and beginner programmers on iOS. So yeah, I really hope you're going to enjoy it. Let's go into the work. Now at first you need to open Xcode and create a new playground, and I have already done that, and I have created two variables and a constant to shorten the video. Now you can see, in order to generate a variable in Swift, you need to write the keyword var. You need to give the name to the variable. It can be anything in here. You need to write the equal sign and give it a value. And in this case, I say it's a string, which means it's going to hold text. It can be a sentence, a character, it can be a name, and so on. This one in here is another variable declared with the var keyword. It's called age. And after the equal sign we have 12, which is an integer. This means a whole number. As you can see, the integers do not have the speech marks in here, because if we add the speech marks, it's going to be a string. A string can also be a number. So you can convert that. But then we have a let in here. What means let? Well, let is a constant. This is how you declare a constant in Swift. And this constant is called location. And it's basically a string called earth. So what is the difference between a constant and a variable? Well, you need to know that both constants and variables hold data. And now it can be any data type, from string to integer to boolean, which means true or false, or 0, 1, float number, double, and so on. We're going to get into data types in another video. But what I need to know is that a variable or a constant is like a box in which you can throw things to use them later on. So it's going to contain data, it's going to contain things. Now, you can use it along the way, of course, in the programming part, and you can call it, but there is a difference in here. You know, constants and variables are very similar, and you declare them quite similarly. You just change the keyword from var to let, or vice versa, but the syntax is quite the same in Swift. But as the name suggests, a variable can have different values along the way. So I can go ahead in here and write print, and between the print I'm going to write my name. So what this is going to do is going to take the value of the my name variable and return it. So as you can see, it says Daniel in here. Now, okay, the value of the variable, it is actually Daniel. The problem in here is that I can change that along the run. So I can go my name in here equals Anna. And you can see that the output of the application is going to change to Anna, since we do have a variable in here that we declared with the value Daniel, but along the run we did change the actual value of the variable my name into Anna, which is still a string, but it did change. So when we did print out later on, it's going to have this one here. If we put this part from here, like in here, and we had the print first, it's still going to have Daniel, and I'm going to show you that, since it's going to take it from the top to the bottom. Okay, so you can see here we still have Daniel, since the print did happen before we changed the value of the variable. Well, you cannot do the same thing for a constant. A constant remains, well, constant. So if I try to write location equals USA, I cannot do that. As you can see, I did get an error, and the error tells us that cannot assign to value location is a let constant. Well, this means that it is a constant and we cannot change its value along the run. But we can fix it by changing the let to var. As you can see, it did change to var, which means we transformed it into a variable, and now we can change its value. So this is the difference between a variable and a constant, and this is how you declare a variable using the var keyword and a constant using the let keyword. Well, yes, right, but there is something that you do not know about these things. You can also declare the data type. And as I said, we're going to talk about data types later on. You know two data types for the moment: the string, which is a text, and the integer, which is a number. Well, as you can see, I did not declare these to the variables for the moment, which means that Swift is going to take a look at the whatever is after equal sign and try to automatically give the variable that data type. So this means I can change the my name to be 12 with no problem, from a string to an integer. You can see no error. Well, and as you can see, it returns 12 in here. But that will change if I change in here the data type. And in order to declare the data type, you just need to write colon and you write strng, string. This means that I have declared the variable my name to be a string. And as you can see now, it errors out since the value that I assigned to the variable is not a string, is actually an integer. So I need to change that to whatever I want. Now it's going to no longer complain since it does have the correct value. So you can see you can assign various data types to the variable if you want, but if you don't, Swift is going to automatically try to fetch one from the actual value. We can write in ent in here in order to make this one an integer, and you can see it didn't complain since the variable is declared as an integer holder and it has an integer as a value. But if we try to write Anna in here, whoops, there you go. And you can see the error is pretty clear. Cannot convert value of type string to specified type ent, which means you specified that the value of the variable age should be an integer, but you did not pass an integer. You passed a string, which is not correct. So this is basically it, guys, with the variables and with the constants. So the same thing applies to the constants. A constant can also have a data type specified or not. If you do not specify the data type, it's going to automatically try to fetch it from the value you assign to it. So yeah, I really hope it's explanatory enough. And if you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumb up. And you can try to do the same thing in your free time and learn about variables and constants in Swift. So yeah, do not forget to subscribe to stay updated. I'm GeoSnow. Peace out.